From supercar to unstoppable off-roader, discover how Lamborghini forever changed the meaning of an SUV. Episode 1. The Beast Born from Silence. The camera glides over a calm desert. In the distance, a roar breaks the silence. It's not a plane. It's not a race car. It's an SUV with the soul of a bull. How did Lamborghini create something so brutal without betraying its essence? 1. The awakening of the engine. The story of the Urus begins with a paradox. In the corridors of Sant'Agata Bolognese, Italy, one question echoed: can a brand born to dominate the world's fastest asphalt also conquer dirt, ice, and sand? For decades, Lamborghini meant excess, speed, and rebellion. But in 2012, engineers began a silent experiment. A new kind of vehicle was taking shape. Powerful as a hurricane, tall as a tank, and fast as lightning. 2. The Bull's DNA. Every line of the Urus was designed to scream speed. Its silhouette, inspired by the Aventador, slices through the air with surgical precision. Design director Mitja Borkert envisioned a beast that could blend luxury with raw mechanical power. The long hood, razor-sharp angles, and Y-shaped headlights echo Lamborghini's legacy. But in a body that seems to defy gravity. 3. The biturbo heart beneath the hood beats a 4.0-liter twin-turbo V8 engine, producing 641 horsepower, a contained explosion capable of propelling the Urus from 0 to 60 in just 3.6 seconds. Its sound is not mere noise. It's a finely tuned roar, crafted to thrill as much as it intimidates. 4. Birth in Sant'Agata. In 2018, Lamborghini officially unveiled the Urus at its birthplace, Sant'Agata Bolognese. A new production line rose, the most advanced in the brand's history. The roar of the first Urus marked the dawn of a new era. It wasn't just the fastest SUV in the world, it was Lamborghini's commercial rebirth. 5. The price of power. With a base price nearing $200,000, the Urus doesn't just buy power, it buys status. Its maintenance, as exclusive as its DNA, can exceed $20,000 per year in tires, carbon parts, and servicing. Insurance alone? Over $6,000 annually in the US. Owning a Urus isn't just having an SUV, it's joining a club of power and speed. 6. On the market icon. In its first year, the Urus doubled Lamborghini's global sales. Over 5,000 units sold, a historic record. The Italian brand, once known only for exotic supercars, became a symbol of desirable family power, without losing its wild spirit. As 7. The roar of the future. But this was only the beginning. Rumors of a hybrid version were already in the air. The Urus became the bridge between Lamborghini's fiery past and its electrified future. The bull hadn't lost strength. It was evolving. The sun sinks beyond the horizon. The Urus glides silently along an empty highway. The roar fades, but leaves a question lingering. Can a brand born to break the rules still dominate when the world changes its engine? The birth of a beast, the promise of an empire, and a question that will change everything. Episode 2. The DNA of power, inside the heart of Lamborghini. This episode delves into the identity and internal philosophy that gave birth to the Urus, the Lamborghini DNA. Episode 2. The DNA of power, inside the Lamborghini heart. Beneath the walls of Sant'Agata, the sound of metal merges with the precision of engineering. It's not just a vehicle, it's a manifesto. What makes a Lamborghini, even when it transforms into an SUV? 1. The blood of the bull. In 1963, Ferruccio Lamborghini challenged Enzo Ferrari. Tired of temperamental cars and Maranello's arrogance, he vowed to build the best car in the world. From that act of rebellion, the bull was born. Strength, defiance, and pride. Decades later, that same spirit flows through every fiber of the Urus. It's not a luxury SUV, it's a declaration of power, with leather skin and a heart of steel. 2. The philosophy of design. Lamborghini design doesn't seek perfection, it seeks emotion. The Urus inherits the extreme proportions of its siblings, the low hood, tense lines, and aggressive stance. Every angle is meant to provoke a visceral reaction, to look fast even while standing still. 4. The interior of power. Inside the Urus, luxury takes the form of precision. The cabin, wrapped in Italian leather with hexagonal stitching, is inspired by fighter jet cockpits. The angular clean center console reflects an obsession with control. The driver doesn't just drive, he pilots. The seats fit like a glove, and every surface combines hand craftsmanship with digital technology. 5. Technology and fury. The Urus isn't just raw power, it's mechanical intelligence. It features active all-wheel drive, adaptive air suspension, and a driving mode called Ego that allows drivers to customize engine, steering, and suspension response. 6 modes transform its personality: Strada, Sport, Corsa, Neve, Terra, and Savia. Each click on the selector is a change of soul. 6. The science of sound. The roar of the Urus is no accident. A team of acoustic engineers designed its sound to be a physical experience. The exhaust pipes, airflow, and turbo pressure, all calibrated so that every acceleration feels like a surge of pure adrenaline. Sound is the language the machine speaks. Scene 7. Absolute control. At over 305 kilometers per hour, the aerodynamics of the Urus become its shield. The rear spoiler, active diffusers, and side air intakes work together to keep it stable even through impossible turns. It's not just speed, it's total domination over physics. Episode 3. The Road of Fire, Urus in the Wild. Here begins page 3 of 8, episode 3 of the documentary Lamborghini Urus, the SUV that broke the rules of luxury. In this chapter, the Urus leaves the track and ventures into untamed terrain, where luxury and power face the forces of nature. The sand rises, the temperature climbs, the horizon trembles, a roar cuts through the wind, leaving behind a trail of golden dust. What happens when the fastest SUV on the planet leaves the asphalt and enters hell? 1. Awakening in the desert. The Urus stands in the Saudi Arabian desert, under a sun that melts the horizon. All around, absolute silence, until the engine comes alive. 2. Sabia mode. The Sabia mode, sand, transforms the Urus into a predator. The suspension rises, traction control adapts, and each tire searches for grip in the chaos. 3. Facing the mountain. From the desert to the Swiss Alps, the Urus sheds its skin. Terra mode activates a new personality. The SUV climbs dirt and rocky trails with surgical precision. 4. The White Hell. In the snow of northern Sweden, the Urus faces its coldest trial. Neve mode turns it into a dancer on ice. Special Pirelli tires bite into the frozen ground, and the dynamic chassis control keeps its line with brutal elegance. 5. Breathing through the mud. The Urus also knows mud. On wet, slippery terrain, it engages Terra mode, distributing power between the axles with instinctive intelligence. The result? A 2.5-ton giant gliding as if it were weightless mud splashes. The roar vibrates, and the tire marks remain like a signature on the earth. 6. In the heart of danger. As the tests continue, engineers discover something unexpected. The Urus doesn't just survive extreme conditions, it thrives in them. Each environment awakens a new side of its character, the arrogance of luxury fused with the grit of survival. 7. The final test. At the Nardo circuit in Italy, the Urus completes its life cycle. After crossing fire, sand, and ice, it returns to asphalt to face pure speed. 0 to 100 in 3.6 seconds. A machine that breathes fire but walks among humans. 8. Episode closing. The desert falls silent once again. Only the deep tracks remain from a mechanical bull that conquered nature. But something is about to change. The world is preparing for an electric revolution, and the Urus's roar is about to transform. The Urus doesn't fear the terrain fears the Urus. But in the era of electric silence, can the roar survive? Episode 4. Silence and Revolution, the coming hybrid Urus. This chapter marks a turning point in the bull's history, its leap into the electric age, where power is redefined. The roar fades. The future doesn't sound the same. Can Lamborghini keep its soul when silence replaces fire? 1. The last roar. In the workshops of Sant'Agata, engineers hear something they've never heard before. Silence. Global regulations, ecological pressure, and technological evolution have placed limits even on the wildest bull. The Urus, an icon of raw power, had to transform or vanish. The roar of the V8 becomes legend, and a new era begins. 2. The call of the future. At the beginning of the 2020s, Lamborghini announced its plan: full electrification of its lineup by 2030. The Urus would be the first to receive new blood, a plug-in hybrid promising to preserve the bull's soul while reducing its roar. The challenge wasn't technical, it was emotional. How do you preserve passion when the engine no longer screams? 3. The secret lab behind closed doors. Hybrid Urus prototypes begin to roll electric motors, compact batteries, and a new architecture merged with the classic twin-turbo V8. The result? More power, fewer emissions. But every engineer knows, the real challenge isn't in the numbers. It's in the soul. The sound, the vibration, the emotion, all must survive the change. 4. The design of the future. The new Urus adopts a more aerodynamic and tech-driven aesthetic. Sharper lines, redesigned air intakes, and a fully digitalized interior. The central display shows energy flow. 5. The new heart. The hybrid system combines a twin-turbo V8 engine with a high-performance electric motor. 6. Test of silence. On a private track, the hybrid prototype launches without a sound. Cameras follow, only the wind accompanies its speed. 7. The passion dilemma. For Lamborghini, sound is not an accessory, it's identity. That's why the engineering team develops an active sound system, a technology designed to recreate the frequencies. 8. Episode closing. The roar of the future won't be natural. It will be designed, tuned, and programmed. Silence advances, and Lamborghini promises a new roar, cleaner, yet just as lethal. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to subscribe for more.